Chengwatana State Forest. Who knows how to say it? But that's where we're riding today. They got some off-road trails and some really good minimal maintenance roads and just a great exploring areas. So I'm riding a 2021 KTM 690 Enduro R that's all modified up, and it's great off-road. So I have the recluse clutch and I have it geared differently and whatever else, intake, exhaust, all kinds of stuff. So it does great off-road, and I've always had really good luck with it. So I only know about this spot because I come out here to shoot my guns every once in a while, or at least I used to. I don't really go anymore because I've since found much better places. But yeah, we're just kind of riding down the road into the state forest, and I'll show you some of the scenic views here along the way in, and then we'll hit the off-road trails, maybe stop by the gun range, see if anyone's shooting. And it's because it's like right along the ATV paths or on the way in. So yeah, I'll try to show you guys all the fun stuff, and we'll have a good day riding, hopefully. My car or truck that I drove my bike up here with is, you know, probably a 5-hour push ride away. So you don't see me going too nuts on the single track. Just remember, I have to ride this 30 minutes back to my car or so, or 20 minutes or whatever, and I am not interested in pushing it all that way. So we're gonna hope for the best through the tracks, and hopefully they're not muddy. I've been doing a bunch of others down at Snake Creek, Trout Valley, a little bit on the So line, on the Red Loops I think are what they're called, and some other single tracks in there. And so yeah, I have not had great luck with it being super muddy, but it's around July 4th, just a little after, and it's been raining up here in Minnesota a ton, so I'm trying to hopefully avoid the mud. I've been needing a new back tire as well for about 8 months now. It's completely bald pretty much. Michelin and Niki Wild tire, the center knobs are just like getting way low, so hopefully, you know, will get us through. Here's one spot, some people, I guess that's not it, but yeah, thought it was a shooting spot. It's not, it's a little further up, but there's one of them. There's a few people in Minnesota can shoot anywhere they want in the state forest, but I'll break around this corner up here and it should be really pretty, and then we'll just kind of enjoy the ride, and I might pause it off. See a bunch of people illegally dump stuff. Some people shoot right in there, and being that it's a pond right now, it's not good. Bunch of trash, people just leave. It's so annoying. They should put a camera on the in and the out of the road, and if they see people bring it in, they should get them in trouble. You know, I'm not even like a big like save the planet type person, but there's plenty of places you can take all your trash and not do that. Why do it out here? Bad people in this world. So here we are, we're entering the state forest. I'll show you how pretty it is. It's super nice. And I do a lot of other moto vlogs. I do a lot of single track riding on this and exploring. I ride it on the road a ton too. Pretty nice looking out here, wide and open. But I make other videos. I moto vlog and I talk about Jesus and following God and Christian stuff, and if you're not into that, you should check them out either way, because I have a bunch of awesome hooligan riding in those videos. So if you're not interested in what I have to say, at least come for the riding and maybe you'll learn something new, and it's good stuff. You know, I talk pretty chill. I'm just a motorcycle rider guy that's talking about God, and you know, hopefully I have pretty sound doctrine. It's not anything crazy. I'm not a nutcase, I don't think, but yeah, check it out. Alright, you saw some of the coolness of here, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and I'll pick it back up in just a minute when we get to the trailhead. Sorry, I didn't know if it was recording. We're heading up to this gun range area, but they had the gates closed. They have little workarounds for ATVs and stuff, but my guess is some people may have left a bunch of trash out here, did something stupid, and so we closed it for a minute. Look at this giant bird just sitting there. He's just chilling in the middle of the road. Didn't even care that I was like riding by until I was next to him. Looks like they've been doing a little logging in here maybe. But yeah, these off-road little adventure areas, it's neat to just cruise on these crappy roads that, make a feeling. See, there's some of the ATV trails. Those look terrible, overgrown. So hopefully the trails aren't too bad. We will ride today. All the trails in Minnesota are ruined by like ATVs just churning the mud up and leaving a huge mess. Alright guys, here is the shooting area. We'll go, I don't know if I should cruise around in there or not, but that's where people go shoot their guns. And I've been up here before to shoot. Look at all the trash. That's probably why they close it down sometimes. Like, just look at all this trash. People just leave it everywhere. Kind of ruins it for everyone when they do this crap. Alright, well, that's that. Heading to the trailhead now, and then we'll jump on the trails and see if we have anything exciting we can find. I think it's part of the trail, but so it's an ATV only road now here. I don't know, I never know what goes on out here, but no, pick it up at the trailhead in just a second. I have absolutely no clue where any of these trails are or where I'm going, so we'll have to see how this works. Sure be nice if people would stop shooting the map so I could see where all the trails are. Okay, there's actually nothing that shows where the trails are, so we're just gonna hope for the best and pick one out. There's no one else here, so that one looks alright. Looks much drier than I was expecting, which I'm actually happy about. What are these? Alright, some more trails in here. We will try this one first, I guess. So, see where it takes us. There are consistently lots of bears and stuff out here. I'll try this one. Looks a little muddier, which I'm not ecstatic about. Sure it takes us. You know, I don't mind trails, even if they're a little muddy. But when they get to a certain level of muddy, it's just not even fun. Alright, as always, if you guys see a bear in my camera that I missed, screenshot it and post it in the comments. I'll be overly excited. See, it's a little muddy in here, but not bad. This is drivable just fine. I just hate it when I'm like, you know, need a Jeep with a water tires or something on it to get through trails. I rode way out of my way to go to the Mille Lacs trail in that like off-road area, and it was completely, totally underwater. And you'd think like, oh, it's just a little underwater. No, I mean, it was like 4 feet deep water or something. And then I drove by a couple days later going back to ride the SO line, and I just saw Jeeps everywhere, and it was like, oh, it is not a dirt bike kind of trail. Alright, well, these are pretty chill trails. I'm happy I rode these. The other trails I rode, like down near Winona and Wabasha, Trout Valley, and Snake Valley, I think they'd be great trails if it was dry. I did not like Trout Valley. They had some like downhills that were like just pure big rocks, and I can't stand riding in super big rocks like that. It's just not for me, and it's not comfortable, you know, when you're going down the side of a massive bluff and it's like super steep gradient and there's just massive rocks that you can't go over, you know, 2 miles an hour on a dirt bike, otherwise you'll just bend your rim or throw your tire out or something. But these are nice and chill. I'm enjoying this. Nice, easy. So like this rocky, don't mind that. It's too much there. Done pretty good time on these trails, pretty easy. 690 does great. This is, I wouldn't say, I guess you could call this single track. I don't know. You know, when I think of single track, my mind always goes to like Lake Perry trails in Kansas, where you have like hill climbs and it's like real single track. Like you couldn't even really probably get through on an ATV. It's like dirt bikes only, and that's what I think of single track as. You know, it's like the mountain bike trails around Minnesota, I relate to like dirt bike single tracks, and then you come out here to like what they call single track trails, and it's like, oh, this is just like a crappy service road almost. Like it doesn't really look like single track. So if you're thinking that and you're from somewhere like Colorado or the Northwest or California or wherever you have like really good trails, or don't roast me, because Minnesota, you know where all our tax money goes. It's not going to this stuff, so whatever. You get the joke. If you don't like it, you should use Google more. I can't believe I haven't seen any wildlife. I bet they get scared when I'm coming. They can hear me a long ways away. But this is like prime black bear territory. And of course, I'm always packing the SIG 9mm with me to piss off the bear so it attacks me quicker when I shoot it. I like to go get one of those Glock 10mm just to, for bears. I go all over too, riding, if you guys didn't know. And so sometimes black bears are not a problem, but the brown bears. Up in Alaska, I got followed by one riding a mountain bike, and it was not an enjoyable experience for like an hour. He just walked and walked and walked. He wasn't chasing me, but he was just walking the trail that I was on, coming at me, and he did not care that I was there, but I didn't want to get too close. Yeah, the 690 is a great bike. I love it. If you guys, I'm 26, so I can handle, and I'm 6'3", I'm not a huge guy or anything, kind of skinny or whatever, but I can handle the bike great, and it's amazing. I wouldn't say it's a 450 motocross bike off-road by any means, as easy or as comfortable, but it does really good. It's an incredible bike. Everyone hates on the Recluse auto clutch, and yeah, I'm sure you don't need one, but you wouldn't believe how, I didn't even put it on, to be honest. I bought it on the bike, 300 miles on the bike, and the guy already put one on. I bought it from an old guy. Seems like mostly only old people really ride these, and probably because they're so expensive and whatever else, they cost a lot. Not a lot of other 26-year-olds, you know, have the money to pick up one of these. They can afford a cheap dirt bike, you know, but they can't afford something that like this, and then street legal and registered and all. Most people aren't going to do that, but for me, I have the means and all, and I wanted something street legal, not just pure off-road, because I like to ride minimum maintenance roads and explore, and I didn't want to be trapped to just trails like this, and I'm not, and it's really nice. I can go anywhere and everywhere and enjoy my riding. Get a little speed through there, 25, 30. Yeah, I love this bike. I've never once regretted buying it. I think I am exactly the kind of person this bike was made for, because I came off sports bikes, but I was too much of a goon on them that I wanted something, you know, that I could do off-road and on-road. I want to hoon on the streets with long travel suspension, you know, jumping over dock, loading docks, all kinds of that crazy stuff. And this just absolutely gave me the opportunity every chance I get to go as nuts as I want, anywhere and everywhere. Big water puddle, and it's super nice. Sports bikes were cool. I still love them. It's just I don't have that. I don't ride, you know, busy streets everywhere and try to drag knees on public roads and all that, and 100, 200 miles an hour. It was fun when I was 15, 16, not as fun when you're 26 and you have a job and you got bills to pay and people that rely on you, and you gotta make your brain's fully developed. It starts becoming a harder decision to be crazy like I was. I mean, woo! How's it going? There's another guy on his WR 250. It's pretty cool. Might stop and say hi to him. Yeah, so we're at a little pause here. Might look up a map and see where I am. And it's got muddy. So I just turned out from that little place we were, where we just saw the guy on the WR 250. See all the mud I'm just throwing now. Jeez. More ways. It was so nice and dry. It still is. But it dried out quick after all the rain. We had like a week straight of rain and it dried out. Oh. Yeah, it's a great time cruising around. This 690 is awesome. You know, when I rode down to like Wabasha area, I rode from my house all the way there. It's starting to get rough. And I rode this thing to like an hour and 45 minutes down the highway. Rode a whole single track trail that was insanely muddy and rough and rocky, and then managed to ride it to the next Trout Valley, I think is the second one. I can't remember which one I went to first. And then took it from there home, like 2 hours home. And that's like the awesomeness of this bike, is I can do stuff like this and then I can ride down the highway. I do always question though, and I don't usually go over about like 65, 70, not really because the bike can't. Well, it's geared down lower, my bike as well, so it's not as great to, you know, turn it down to run at super high RPMs or down the highway too long. But I felt like 85. But if you're going like 65, 75, at 70 it's comfortable, but the wind gets to you too much after that. And then you see me doing all this crazy stuff on these tires, and then it's like like this isn't rocky really at all here, but when I go rip on super rocky areas, and then which I do, and jump the bike and all this other stuff, sometimes I feel a little more hesitant after to, you know, take it 100 miles an hour or whatever on these tires that I have taken some serious abuse and like hard hits on stuff, and I've done all this off-roading. I try to be real careful with. It's nice to see another dual sport person out enjoying the trails. I feel like that's the only category of people that really ride dual sports. Either it's like a CRF 300L and it's a young person on it and they hate it because it has no power and you can't really use it too much on the street, or like, ooh, no way. Where this goes. But yeah, it's like these are just such expensive bikes. Most people don't really have them except for a bunch of old guys, and these are awesome bikes that if you know what you're doing, you can have so much fun with, and so many people kind of miss out on it all because they just don't have the money for them, which is totally understandable. You know, I didn't have the money for this stuff my whole life. Very exciting video. My front wheel is stuck on a little log thingy. Woo! Getting out of here. I think I rode this show as far as it goes. The only farther it goes is for ATVs, it seems like. Or for snowmobiles, so I meant. Whew. Get my back tire moving. Head back. Alright. I'm gonna cut it till we hit a new trail. Alright, sounds good. Honk at me if I make a wrong turn. Picked up a friend to the left. So I picked up a friend out here riding today. He's on a DR650, so I was wrong earlier on what he was on. I thought it was a Yamaha because it was blue, but he's on Suzuki. So cruising out of here together. He said he would follow me out, and he's a nice guy. Try not to lose them out here going too quick. Getting a little rocky. Dude's camping out here, he said. He rode in. Dude's all kind of riding. That guy is the definition of a dual sport rider. He's telling me he rode the Trans-Wisconsin Trail through the rain. He rode all over Minnesota, and he's rode in like 4 hours or 3 hours yesterday through the woods all the way out here, and he's camping and he's just out cruising around. So it's pretty neat. Nice guy. So yeah, just cruising through, heading back to the trailhead. So, like I said earlier, check out my other videos, do lots of other riding, and talk about Jesus in there, do all kinds of cool stuff. So, you guys can look at those. But it's always neat coming out and making friends. Motorcycle people are always super nice, and everyone's just out here to have fun, you know. Out here enjoying the day. Ooh, which way here? I think we go straight. Told him to honk at me if I start going the wrong way, because my phone's put away. I just cruise the trails. I don't even actually check out the maps too much or anything, and just look around. Whew, and a little rock. It's kind of neat riding with someone. Not often anymore do I actually get to go ride with people. My friends are all in Kansas. I mostly ride in Minnesota. That's nice. Picked up my pace a little. I don't look super slow. See, try it again. There are some other people, little TTRs. Back at the trailhead. He headed back to his camp, and I'm gonna go try some new trails. Try one more. Some people on TTR and 250 or 450 or something, so have to watch out for those guys. Never really know how fast some people are going or how slow. Hitting a little whoops. Very small one. It's a sandy trail. It's a nice trail. It's cool in the woods for whatever reason. It's so hot outside, but you get back here and it's nice and cool. Probably about to start storming and pouring rain on me. I'll slow it down here for a little bit. Just kind of cruise. I feel like I need second gear. I'm like way too low in the RPMs. Like, I feel like around here I'm just like just a little too low as soon as I get off the throttle. And then in first gear, it's like I'm going way too high. I need like a 1.5 gear. But it's fine. Yeah, I still got plenty of power in second, if you can tell. More power than I can use. You know, it's a good day when you got Ella Langley on, cruising in the woods. One of my best friends is an Ella fella, as we call him. He's obsessed enough that I'm glad she has security around her. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. My little Filipino friend, don't take offense. The guy was smoking weed. I was laughing. He's like, you smoke weed? I was like, no, unfortunately I get drug tested. They don't let airline pilots smoke weed anymore. On top of that, I don't really do that, so I had to be like absolutely cooked out here trying to ride my dirt bike around like half-brained, and I can't imagine that would be the greatest thing. Alright, well, this is a calm trail. It's very dry, at least on this trail. I'm always hesitant to keep my speed up all too much because you never know what's gonna happen. Alright guys, hopefully you're enjoying the riding here today. If you can imagine, it's going to be a whole lot more of the same thing, so I'm probably going to cut the video here, and hopefully you guys enjoyed getting to see what the Chengwatana, or how, I have no idea how to say it, trails look like up here, just outside of Pine City, Minnesota, off I-35. And yeah, remember, watching my other videos, got tons of other cool riding, other trail riding, other places. Some of them are, I'm having terrible experiences, some of them are pretty cool. And I do a lot of Jesus Moto vlogs, that's primarily what this account's about. And they're really neat, so check those out. Even if it's just for the riding alone, you might learn something. Who knows? But that'll probably be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys had fun, and if you have any questions or want me to make any videos about my KTM 690 or anything else, you know, leave them out there and I'll make whatever video you guys want to see. And I'll gladly try to respond to your comments as well if you have any questions. But that should be it for today, guys. I'm just going to cruise around on these single track, or whatever you might call them, trails a little longer. And don't think we're going to see anything too eventful out here, so that'll be it. I'll see you guys. Thanks for watching. What's up, guys? Just doing a little single track riding here and cruising around. Making sure my roto pack's gas tank hasn't come on. It's a little sandy out here. Try not to scratch my visor up, hitting it on stuff. I'm wearing my showy helmet, not an off-road helmet. So that way I can have my GoPro on out here. Oh, I hated this area. Not the worst, not the best. Not a rock person. Neat little bridge here. A little bit of a hill, some rocks. Whew. Back to the big wide trail here. Alright, I think I'm going to call it a day on these so-called single tracks, which are about 8 single tracks wide, and then go check out some of the forest roads, which are 10 times rougher and smaller than my single track here. Should be neat. We'll post those videos up too. It's the first video you ever watched. On my channel I talk about Jesus, I motovlog about him, and I do all kinds of awesome riding while doing it, so you should check those videos out. And ooh, big rock hit the skid plate. And yeah, check out my other videos I motovlog talking about Jesus with. They're really good, super interesting, and you know, come for the riding if anything, and who knows, maybe you'll learn something you enjoy hearing about. Something new, never know. But yeah, I'll see you guys. I might leave it on until I'm out of the trails just so you guys can finish it out, but that'll be it for today for the most part. Hit it with a little speed. One-inch wheelie off the ground over all that. Try to jump it. Alright, guys, this should be the exit here, so Alright, that'll be it for this video, and check out my other ones. I have more videos riding around that other track you guys can check out too if you want. Alright, I'll see ya.